Hola. Buenos dias. Good morning. Let's do the sharing because sharing is caring. Good morning, Simon. How are you? Bonjour, Simon. Bonjour. ¿Cómo está? Bon, I think. Bien, bien. Oh, did I forget who I was on next? Oh no. Phoenix. Yes. The way that they do the thing in TikTok so that you can share out to people is silly. there's a better way. There's a better way, I know it. But anyway, you got to work with what you have, so we'll do it TikTok's lovely way. There. We're good. We're good. Hi, Jeet. How are you? Hi, Alec. How are you, Jeet? It's been a while. How was your weekend? This coming week, the clocks go back. I can't believe it's that time already. I would like to be somewhere warmer right now. It is getting to that time of year where you're starting to wear like all the extra gear and stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's not fun. I had a great weekend. Thank you for asking. How was yours? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're just waiting. I've shared it out to all the folks. Apparently TikTok changed it too. Like if I tap on my own live, it creates an issue, apparently, which is weird. So you guys have to tap on it. You have to do the likes. I can't. Which I guess, I mean, if I could just sit there and you know, I guess I can see. Good morning, good morning. So we're gonna we're gonna check in on the collective. We'll see what messages we have for the collective for today. I'm going to pull out the cards at some point here. I know that everybody loves their clarity on a Monday. Digging some clarity. That's why I showed up right on time. Well, not right on time. I was still 5 minutes late, but you know. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? Hi, guys. Pure vida. I'm so like I can't tell you how much I wish I was there with you right now, Morichi. It's starting to get cold here, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I want the beach, or I want the I want the nice weather. I want Costa Rica. I want mangoes in my backyard. You know, like we're just about to get really chilly in Canada. Too chilly. Maybe, you know what? I think we're going to go with the good tarot, the Lightseer tarot this morning. I do love that deck of cards. I'm looking at my other cards under my table here. So yeah, but we'll see what's the message for the collective today. Whoa. Okay. Pull him out. And there's a card that's backwards. There it is. I'm going to flip that around. All right. What else does the collective need to know on this beautiful Monday? Winding down October. November is on the 1st, like the 1st of November is on Friday. So it's coming in quickly, guys. Oh, I like that card. Hi, Noma. How are you, love? I might have to take my bracelets off. I don't mind the chinkling, but it can be there. I think I got all the cards that were backwards. So we're going to do a collective. For those of you that haven't been here in a little while, thank you. I've got Mr. Roger vibes this morning. Welcome to the neighborhood. From my heart to yours. Right? Like, just very loving energy out towards everybody here. And I want you to know that I am. The whole time that you're hanging out with me, I'm sending you just blessings. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you healing energy. It's just, I've got my heart chakra just fully open and sending that energy out. So you just have to receive it. We'll check and see what's going on with the collective. I'm doing fantastic. I had something happen on the weekend that, interestingly enough, I very immediately was like, oh, what does that mean? But I had that kind of, I hope it's not anything bad, like that little bit of a fear that was there, symbolism wise, right? And but then I found out afterwards that the actual symbolism behind it is just like amazing. And so that made me quite happy. We were going through some stuff here, guys. Oh, but we're going to make it through. That's the important thing, right? Sometimes the stuff that cards are just flying today. Oh, yes. There's going to be some tower moments, right? We're going to be going through some stuff. It seems like, a bit of a cycle. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. We're going to tell a story today. We've got, the cards are coming out like a story. Hello, Emily. How are you? How are you guys? And then I will be pulling cards. I'll leave it up to you guys again. We can either do really big readings for people that my guides tell me to choose. Right? Hi, Kathy. I will either pick those and give you a good reading of multiple cards, or we'll do just the top, like whatever card comes out in the bottom card, so that a lot of people can get cards. So you guys get to choose, right? This isn't just my live, this is your live. All right, what else do we have for the collective? And I'm actually surprised that the regulars are not here yet. But welcome. You guys can become regulars. I'm all about that. All right, so we're sending out, just so you know, if you weren't here a moment ago, I'm just sending out all this loving energy from my heart to yours. And we're going to look at these cards now. There's so many cards that have come out this morning because there really is a story that you're being told. So let's see what our story is. We're going to address, yeah, definitely. Just follow me, and I'm live Monday to Friday at about this time every day. And then I go from here to the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective, which is where we deepen the conversation. It's about raising the vibration of the collective through doing things for ourselves. Good morning, Mira. Mira is a wonderful member of that environment as well. And so much love to you. I do believe that, the loving vibration or the healing vibration, if you're sitting here with the intention of being loving, and you're sitting here with the intention of being healing and of really just sending out that positive energy, if you're sitting there doing that, I'm certain that your voice, when it speaks, it radiates that energy outward, right? So when you're hearing it, when you're around somebody that's really in that intention of purity, I do really believe that the voice has that healing frequency, that it's sending it to you. So hearing the voice can be a very powerful tool in that way. So we've got this really powerful number of cards here, and we're gonna hit these cards. It's important for us to get this message. And we're going through a lot. Like, there's a lot going on, right? Like, I think that if you're on this part of TikTok, then you probably identify with, healing, spirituality, awakening, raising your vibration, maybe collective or unity, like collective consciousness, or, unity consciousness in that sense. Maybe you're here because you identify as a light seed, a light worker, or a star seed, or maybe you know that there's something more that you're meant to do or meant to experience, or you have gifts, you have clairaudience, or you're just highly intuitive, and that's how you see it, is you just kind of seem to know things, but that's your claircognizance. I have to take a sip of tea or I'm going to start coughing. I had a little tickle in my throat. Haha. Mm. But I think that's why you're here. So, like stuff's going on. Like stuff is just like, it's a bit weird out there right now, to say the least. But hopefully you're at that stage where you're detached back enough to just sit and watch the show without getting invested in it, and especially invested in it emotionally. But a lot of us are going through these tower moments, and that's because the structures around us are crumbling, right? We're watching the facade of Hollywood shambles, right? You're starting to see more and more stuff, like Harvard doing a study that concluded that fluoride is a neurotoxin. So if fluoride's a neurotoxin and they're putting it in our water, like how can they continue to do that if that's what the studies have proven? Right. So a lot of the structures and foundations, and that's what the age of Aquarius is going to be all about, right? Bringing the truth to light and, creating newness. But even for us on an individual level, we're experiencing a lot of changes and a lot of tower moments. As more and more of us awaken, we're not aligning with people in our lives anymore. Or for some of us, we have to bridge that gap. I've seen a lot of stuff recently with politics, and I usually I don't open myself to be a channel for politics in that sense, but I'm being instructed very much to share this message. There's a lot of, and I saw a video, and it was actually with somebody that I care about that had posted this video. And they said that basically the summary of the video was, if you voted for this particular person, this group of people have endorsed that particular person. So by you giving the vote, that means that you are them. So, you're voting against this and you're voting against that and you're voting against that. And you are like this type of person. And we can't close the door like that. Like, it's not, that's going to the extreme of if you don't, everybody has to have the same thoughts. Everybody has to have the same viewpoints. And I know that the way that they've stirred the pot, like the media and everything that's going on, that it is making it really look terrible. Right. And, people are approaching this as you're making like a moral choice at this time. And maybe that's how you feel aligned to that. And that's okay. But we just have to realize like the charade is way bigger than that. It's way bigger than that. It's so much bigger than that. Right. And the whole point of the charade is to keep your attention and to divide you and to put hate in your heart and to close your mind down. And, we're so busy fighting with each other. We don't even, some of us, see the hypocrisy of it all. So these tower moments are some of the structures that we're watching around us. Some of the tower moments are the friendships or the relationships that are around us. Some of the tower moments are the reality that maybe the role that we're playing, we can't continue to play that role. And hi, Elizabeth, right? Maybe we don't align with the career that we've been in for all this time, because we realize, it's not what we thought it was. Maybe we started to lose that connection to a bunch of stuff that we've used to really be attached to, because we start to see it as being something much more different than what it was. Many of us maybe were driving to have all the things, right? We wanted the big houses and like what society tells you need to have. Many houses and many cars and many clothes and many parties and many, of these things. Right? Wiggity asked, it's one of those would you rather questions. And that's what I did the little chuckle at. So maybe those things, you're not aligning with them anymore because you're realizing how unhealthy it is, or you're realizing, what the truth is behind it, right? So these are these things that are shifting, right? Those structures, some of them are belief systems. And so we need to welcome the tower moments as much as they can be very, very challenging. We've got a bunch of cards in the shadow, the Two of Pentacles. So we're out of balance. There's something that's out of balance in our lives right now. We've also have the King of Wands in the shadow. This can be, maybe we don't have a spiritual practice. Maybe that's what is being indicated by that King of Wands being in the shadows here. Maybe it's the recognition that you really need to be working with a spiritual leader, like a teacher that can guide you. And that way there, sometimes you want a teacher that can guide you so you can learn, proper practices. But sometimes you want someone to guide you so that you realize you're not alone, and it also formalizes a routine or a healthy practice, right? So if every day, Monday to Friday, you're connecting in a group that is making you, like it's getting you to meditate or something, right? So you have a meditation group that there by itself is having you be consistent with a spiritual practice. So it could be that we're lacking that. And it could also be that this particular King of Wands, maybe it's just that you're being a bit too in your ego and not enough in your spirit. We've also got the Queen of Pentacles. She's usually this these are two very powerful cards, right? The King of Wands is a spiritual or is an entrepreneur. He's a leader. It's very powerful energy because this is someone that takes inspired action and goes for it. The Queen of Pentacles, she is a healer. She's a self-made, business person. She is, she's very earthy and grounded and practical, and she knows her worth, and she is a very, financially well individual. So these two being in the shadow, I mean, could be the evidence that we're unhealed in our feminine, right? And when if we're looking at this as a collective reading, right, we do have a lot of imbalance in society right now, where there's that imbalance between material and spiritual. We do have a lot of people that are in toxic masculinity, that think that power in masculinity means that somebody else has to be submissive, right? There's this whole distorted view of, the concepts of masculinity and femininity. And we've curated this. Even when we look at it in a healthy way, people will be like, well, right now we have toxic masculinity, but we also have this femininity that's on the rise, which is really toxic femininity. Nobody's, really promoting what healthy masculinity or healthy femininity is. We're looking at the toxic levels. And then when we do look at it from a stepped down viewpoint of it, it typically comes from the sense of the masculine is meant to lead and the feminine should be the submissive who helps the masculine achieve their goals. So there's a concept that the feminine sits back and doesn't have goals unless they're like her husband's goals. That's not God didn't create anybody to be less than anybody. God didn't create anything to be less than anything or more than anything. We're all equal. And even me being, if I was to say a spiritual teacher, doesn't mean I'm better than you in any way. I'm just giving you information to help you. That's all. That's it. Like, I'm just serving from a space that I can serve from. That's not a worth thing in any way, shape, or form. The unhealed feminine, right? We've been in toxic femininity as well. And, there's the whole concept of, I can do everything that a man can do. Well, yeah, you can. I mean, we all have those innate capabilities within us. When we look at the physicality of a man, yes, a man is stronger typically than a female is, in the physicality way. But then if you look at a female, they are more intuitive because they're more connected to the energy. That's not better or worse. That's all. Hi, Truth Wave Energy Meditation. Love you. right? So we've got this, these toxic energies, this imbalance between spiritual and material, and these imbalanced energies between our masculine and feminine. This is causing negative relationships, right? And for many of us, we're seeing relationships that are falling apart. It's a time to really look at your relationships, right? How healthy are they? Is there a somewhat of an even give and take? It doesn't mean that every day is 50-50 or you're giving 100 and they're giving 100, right? It's that when you're needing someone supportive, they're supportive. And when they're needing someone supportive, you're supportive. And it's that balance back and forth, right? Give and take. A lot of us are dealing with scarcity, but that's what they're promoting everywhere. We were born to be abundant. We were born to be prosperous. We were born to have our desires and our dreams. We just were brought here to then be subjugated to the thoughts and beliefs of society that were constructed in such a way to make us forget who we were, think that we're just small, and believe that our whole purpose is to get a job and work for the rest of our lives so that we can retire and have, like a couple of years at the end of our life, right? Like that's not the purpose of your spirit. That's not the purpose of you being here on earth. That's just what society has adopted to benefit the few. So we've been trained that we're in this like concept of scarcity or lack, that there's only so much for some and only so much that are available for others. And we go to school and we get educated out of us. Did you know the studies showed that when you test children preschool, so before they go to school, 98% of children test as geniuses? Because they are using their creativity at that point. They have curiosity. They're willing to find ways to do things, especially if you leave them alone, right? By the time they graduate from school, 2% only test as genius by now. School is not there to help you. School is there to actually dumb you down. School is there to create 222 all the way across on there. School is there to create employees who will work 8 hours a day, have a couple of breaks, a lunch hour, give the correct answer, be obedient. I'll put my hand up. I'll ask if I can go to the bathroom. I will do what I'm told. I'll even take work home. Thank you for giving me this work to take home so that I can further develop myself while I'm at home. So then what happens when you get to the workforce? You work 8-hour days and then you're willing to take work home because you're expected. It's expected. You've been cultured to believe that. Right? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Right. So Truth Wave Energy Meditation said, yes, just like a business degree teaches one how to be a good corporate citizen. Absolutely. Just like, with a doctor, they're being taught to prescribe medications. They're taught to prescribe additional services, right? That's what they're taught. If you have this, I will give you this, and you will continue to get that. Right? It's not about what is the underlying cause so we can actually create a cure, right? So we've got the Temperance card. This is about moderation. So there's a lot of imbalance, and we are seeing this in society, and it's the imbalance is getting more. Like you can kind of feel the energy of the vibration is starting to just build up, right? And that's that polarity, that opposition that's going on. Right. And the veil is lifting. And I'm so happy for that. Right. More and more of us are awakening. And that's creating that loud, like when you see those sound waves, like really high and really, right. So yeah, I'm on YouTube as well. I'm on the tube. So we've got all of this energy that's coming in. There's so much more that's coming for us. And I'll go through the rest of these cards as well. We got to sort through them. We've got the lovers in the shadow, right? The lovers, this is disharmony again, that imbalance between masculine and feminine energy. We are all masculine and feminine energy, right? We are all masculine and feminine energy. No, they're not there either. They're not there either, Shelby. I sent out the requests, like I sent out the things, like I shared it out. I don't know. Everybody's sleeping in on this fabulous Monday. I started kind of on time today, and that might be it. I just completely confused people. Thanks, Shelby. I appreciate you sharing it out, and I appreciate you guys for liking the live very much. So, and we're not in this peaceful, harmonious state, right? The Nine of Pentacles is where we're harvesting the fruits of our labor, and we're really in this peaceful, healed state. We know our worth and all of that. Hi, Tony. But this energy, that's that disharmony. And there's chaos. There's stuff going on around the world, like all over the place. And, if we come back to ourselves, and we realize inside me is the same that's inside you. Like, it doesn't matter who you are on the other side of the screen. It doesn't matter what you identify as. It doesn't matter. Inside me is the same as the inside of you. It absolutely is. And as a nurse, I can attest to that fact, right? And every X-ray, every CAT scan, every MRI, every diagnostic procedure, everybody is the same, right? And yes, you might get differences with the XXXY chromosome, but I think some of that's even conditioning. Oh, don't worry about the anxiety that day. You're already putting the energy of that into the day. We don't want to cast that into there, right? Think about the day of your grandmother's memorial. See that as a way to connect with your grandmother, a way to connect with her love. Know that it's going to be more than likely emotional, and that's okay, because the emotion is just the amount that you care, and there's nothing wrong with caring. There's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with feeling sad. There's nothing wrong with feeling hurt. There's nothing wrong with moving through those emotions, right? Just allow them to go, and non-judgmentally, it's okay, no matter what, to cry, to experience the grief, to experience the emotions. But to put the energy on it already, you're going to be putting the energy in you right now, but you're also putting the energy in that day to have an anxious day and already being worried about it. So let's just move that away, okay? You're going to have a beautiful day. You're going to celebrate yourself. You're going to celebrate your grandmother. You're going to sit with some emotions and move them out, right? And allow them to go. Just keep it positive. It's going to be a beautiful day. Your grandmother's going to be closer to you that day than she'll be really close to you. You'll be able to connect with her very easily on that day. So for some of us, it's because we don't believe in ourselves, right? We don't think that we have the ability to ride the waves that life is sending our way, right? And, I keep seeing like this rise of don't be this way and yelling. And if you're that way, like, don't even talk to me. And if you're that way, closing the door. And that's not the way that we're supposed to be, right? How, if I'm somebody, let's say I completely believe this concept that my vote for one particular person would signify that I have a very certain belief system, and say that belief system was racist or was, homophobic or whatever it is that they're classifying it as. If I close the door on communicating with anybody in that space, they're going to stay there. There's not going to be any opportunity for them to see an opposing view. It's the concept of social media as well. Social media, when you look at the algorithm is trying to create a feed that's curated for you by the things that you like, by the things that you talk about because it's listening, by the things that you interact with because it's paying attention, right? And then if you're talking about cats, all of a sudden you're seeing more cats on your feed. And now you're getting advertisements for kitty litter and all of these other things that are showing up. The one problem with that is that we're creating a very single-minded society, right? My feed is going to be very curated to me, which means I'm not going to see opposing opinions, right? And it's so bad that when you actually look at the comments section, the comments that they make relevant to you are going to be in a particular stream. So if I'm negatively wired and I'm all victim mindset and I look at a feed, I'm going to see the negative conversation in that feed. I'm going to see everybody cutting that person up. I'm going to see everybody cutting them down and tearing them down. I'm not going to see the positive comments. When you see the positive comments in the feed, when you see a feed, let's say somebody falls and they end up ruining something that they've been working on, and that can go one of two ways. You have the people that are sympathetic to that person and, oh my God, I'm so sorry, like hopefully everything worked out for you. And then you have the other one that, ha ha ha, did you see how hard they hit the floor? Did you see how that thing bounced? Like, oh my God, I've watched this 20,000 times, right? So you have those two different things. Well, depending on who you are, the viewpoint that you have, or the energy that you're in, you're going to see one or the other. So if you're somebody that's negatively wired, you're going to be seeing there's more negativity out there. So your belief is that the society really is negative. There's a lot of negativity in society, right? Is where you get to because you're seeing it all the time. Well, that's because you are it. So you're bringing it to you, and our feeds are curated to continue that way. So when we shut down the door, when we close the door to conversation with people who have difference in opinion than us, we lose the opportunity for people to change their perceptions, to change their perspectives, to change the way that they go through life. Can you imagine if back in the day when people had a belief system that, women should be treated equally as men? And what if that got shut down completely at that point, and we were still in environments where it would be okay for your husband to beat you as long as what he beat you with wasn't any thicker than his thumb, right? That's the rule of thumb, just so you know, right? So have you ever been hit with something that's thinner than the diameter of someone's thumb? It hurts more, just so you know, right? If you get a big paddle that's really thick, right, that's really big, it doesn't hurt as much as a whip or a switch, right? That's the rule of thumb. So if we didn't have people engaging in conversation, if we had went through it and when society believes it's this way and it should be that way, so I'm not going to say anything, because why would I say anything? Why do I talk to them? They already believe a certain way. Right? So when we close down conversation with people who have opposing views, we keep the world closed. We can't change minds if we don't open doors, right? Like you can't. So that's my one thing about, being very cautious what we're doing when we have differences in opinion. So this is the world right now. Right? There's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of grief. There's a lot of wounding out there. There's a lot of it. And we have to stay detached from the collective grief. It's not about ignoring it. It's not about ignoring it. It does not benefit you to draw that into your body. 333 across the top there, right? And it does not benefit you. You can, and so what I like, if I dip into it, then I pull back. I just titrate in. Like you can check it and then step away from it and cleanse yourself again. What it benefits us to do is to bring our attention. It's like Mother Teresa said, I will go to a bring peace rally, not an end war, because when we're looking at end war, we're still looking at war, right? We can't stop war by fighting. It doesn't work that way, right? So it's the whole of taking your attention away from what you don't want to see more of and putting it on what you do want to see more of. So what do you want to see more of in your life? And that's on a big scale, right? If you don't want to see the toxicity that is Hollywood, right? If you don't want to see that continue the way that it has been, then you have to take your attention away. I cannot get over how many people have been made aware of the Epstein list and now Diddy's list, and people are still watching. Right? So exactly, I want to see or hear more happy people. We want to, so it's turn your view to that. Let's create what we want to see in the world, what we want to see more of, right? So look at the stuff like the good news channels where they're showing you that stuff. But we are going through this collective grief, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a really beautiful light here. And the thing is that there's many of us that are waking up. We're waking up with this new love, because we started to go inside and realize that inside me is the same beautiful spirit that's inside every single one of you out there. And every single one of you out there deserve the same access to the same stuff, right? You all should have access to love, to safety, to freedom, to food, to housing. It's like protection was the word that came out, right? I don't think that there's, I think there's so many of us that are waking up and falling in love with ourselves, and inherently within that, the collective, right? And recognizing that what's going on right now needs to stop. We need to move in a different direction. We need to open up our hearts, and we need to start to move in that direction, right? By just not participating in the rest of the stuff that's going on. And look at what's going on when we do that. When we start to pay attention to everything around us, we start to create long-term connections with people. This is the leadership that we're looking for. This is the leadership where everybody's sitting at the same table, and the leader is actually looking at the people at the table going, how can I elevate you? How can I get, like, what is your talents? What are your skills? What are your abilities? How can we lift you up? How can we rise you to your heights? How can I rise to my heights? How can everybody rise to their heights? Because we can rise together. There's not one leader in the sense of one authority overlooking everybody. It's that everybody has benefit to, like, has something to contribute. And at any point in time, we are all students. We're all students. We've got coming in for us this change in perspective, right? This change in perspective and this enlightenment, this waking up, this beautiful, beautiful power. We've got our 10 of Pentacles. So we've got that material and spiritual abundance coming in. We've got the Sun and the Star card. Look at what we're creating in this world. And we've also got the World. This is a cycle of completion we're moving into. This is abundance. This is, yes, authenticity, inspiration, hope, energy manifested, wishes coming true. This is beautiful energy coming for us. But we have to be willing to take our attention away and apply it to what we want. Okay. So that was our big collective reading. It was a pretty powerful collective reading. Very powerful. Right, and we are going through a lot. Good morning, Chev. Good morning, Granny. There's one of the regulars. I mean, a couple of regulars are here, but what's that one card? Shuffle and draw from the middle, James? Alrighty, so if you want reading, I was saying that you got the choice this time. So one of the things that I do is give, quick little readings where I could give you a quick little read, 1-2 cards. So you get whatever card came out plus the bottom of the deck, or if 2 cards came out, you'd get those 2 cards. That way if we do it that way, a lot of people will get quick little readings. But the other way to do it is actually having me pick somebody that my guides or my intuition lead me to, and that person will get a bigger reading. So we'll get more cards, which means they get more clarity. So your choice though, 3939 on the time right then. Your choice. Calling out angel numbers for you. If you find it, if I say a number like 333 and it resonates with you, check out the meaning of that as well for an additional message from your spirit guides. That's one of the way that clairaudience works, you know. Clairaudience works through through your hearing. So it can be hearing songs. It can be hearing, you know, those thoughts external to you. Hi, Jen. How are you? How are you? You wish it could be you. You wish it could be you what? To get a reading? Anybody can get a reading. So I'm here at a generosity of spirit, and I just expect the same thing from anybody that's here. As you're here at a generosity of spirit. And for many people, that's generosity of spirit is I don't have any money. My generosity of spirit is I can tap on the screen and give likes. I can share. I can interact with you in that energetic way, like supporting you in that way. Some of us, I don't, you know, some of us generosity of spirit means I do have money, and I can recognize that if I was to go and get a tarot reading and I was to get, you know, a whole bunch of cards, that what that would be. Right. So I know that I could be generous of spirit of that. Or if you want to hang out with me, you can hang out with me. You can subscribe to my channel. You could subscribe to my collective, which is available on my website. You could go engage by booking a reading with me. My readings are either a half an hour long or an hour long. The hour long ones, I will channel messages, past lives, connect with spirits. Whatever comes up for you, I allow my guides and your guides to just determine what's best, and cards are available with both of those readings. I do a human design and gene key reading, either one, and those ones I need to know your time, date, and place of birth. And in those readings, I go into depth about why you're here. If it's the human design, it looks at, you know, are you a manifesting generator and whatever, and it goes into your design, and I give you an overview of it. And the gene key one, I give you an overview of gene keys. I go into what your activation, Venus and Pearl sequences are, and what you're here to transcend to. I have subscription groups, a variety of subscription groups available on my channel that are from awakening the vibration of the collective, talking about topics of healthy mind, body, and spirit, or things like the Divine Feminine Healing Collective, which is about raising the vibration, it's about reawakening the Divine Feminine energy, and that group is for women. I do have a men's group that I'm in the process of creating, but it's not completely going yet. I also have healing, education. I'm a trauma specialist. I have a bunch of stuff. Just go check out my website and support me. Okay, so we're going to do some cards. Hi, Jer Bear. How are you, love? And Noma. And I go, and Noma, I thought I said your name in my head and the card flew out. So we've got the Eight of Swords, but the Eight of Swords in the Shadow Seer position. The Eight of Swords is about us participating in our own struggle. And a lot of times we make things worse for ourselves because we're focused on all the lack that's going on, all the fear, all the scarcity, or, you know, kind of being in that victim mindset. It's the thought, or this card is the person who is really torturing themselves in their mind, right? With overthinking or, you know, focusing on the negative aspects of what's going on in life. On the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about slow and steady wins the race. It feels like whatever you've been trying to manifest, or, you know, you're waiting for your finances to get to a better place, or your self-worth, because the Pentacles are either finances or self-worth. And it's just been taking so long. It's just like, when is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? So now you're focused on more on the sense of it's not coming. There may be something that you need to do. There's some new beginning that you need to take, but you're hesitating to take that new beginning It's, and maybe it's that fear of a risk. It could be the new beginning, could be starting a new company. It could be changing your career. It could be doing a side hustle. It could be embodying your spiritual gifts. It could be having more of a spiritual practice. These things could be small moves or they could be big moves. But there's something that you need to do. There's a new beginning, but you're hesitating to do it. So it could be leaving somebody that the relationship's unhealthy, but you're not willing to walk away from it. So that's by definition, you're participating in your own struggle. But this is coming for you. Okay, so whatever it is that's causing you to hesitate to move forward, or what is delaying the start or the beginning that you're supposed to take, that is the Nine of Pentacles is about spiritual and material abundance, satisfaction, peace. It's a really peaceful time. So it's coming for you, but the biggest way to help that move along is going to be you doing some work with your mindset, right? And actually not being like starting whatever it is, taking that new beginning. I'm going to consult with some of the oracle cards. Can we get a better than that? Thank you very much. That's far too many cards, smashing all over the place. Okay, 555. Check out 555 because 555 is what changes Noma, and it was 45:55 was the time when I looked up there. So look at 555. All right, what else does Noma need to hear? Can I get some clarity on these cards, Spirit? So we've got the Camel Boy, and the Camel Boy is talking about small steps and asking for help, and it's number 33. So a lot of double numbers. I bet you're getting communication from your guides all the time, and maybe you're not aware of it. And they've been communicating to you through angel numbers. So you've also got the Metal King, which is about discipline, armor, and boundaries. Number 37, which 37 becomes 10 and represents endings and beginnings. There's a lot of, I think this is the new beginning. You need to take small steps and just be disciplined in your moves forward. Don't be afraid to ask for help and make sure that you're applying boundaries in your life. Boundaries are for you. Boundaries don't do anything but boundaries don't get rid of the good people. It gets rid of the people that you shouldn't have in your life anyway. Because if somebody really loves you, or if somebody's really, if your relationship's healthy, they want the best for you. They're not going to try to tear you down or anything like that. So if you put in a boundary saying, that's disrespectful to me. So that's a boundary. I won't be spoken to in that way. If somebody continues to speak to you in that way, they're not respecting your boundary. They don't care about you. So when your boundary gets in, don't be afraid to put boundaries in, because boundaries they only tell you who needed to leave your life anyway. Okay. All right. Is there anything else for Noma? Spirit. Sorry, Spirit wanted me to give you a different card. All right, Spirit, can we get your spirit guides want me to give you a message. So don't place limits upon yourself. You are an infinite being with unlimited potential. You can have and be anything you want. Don't hold yourself back or allow anyone else to. This is your life. Live your truth and remain heart-centered at all times. Hello, guys. Welcome. Love you. And thank you for resubscribing, my love. Alrighty. We've also got let go of the old and make way for the new. Your spirit guides are really instructing you. There's a new beginning coming here. You may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. Again, the confirmation about that mindset. I think your spirit guides just really wanted to confirm. Yay. How good was that this morning to do your 15 minutes? Wasn't that lovely? I had a beautiful thing happen on the weekend. Multidimensional Muse, don't take off. I hope you didn't take off, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. So don't allow yourself to be governed by them, right? Simply observe and choose to take aligned actions and choices. I absolutely love it. Another one, sit in silence for a moment, listen, The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. I love it. I love it. So some beautiful messages from your guides. Alrighty. Did you take off, sweetie? Hey, Amber. How are you? How are you? Thank you for following. Shauna Lee, did you come in and keep going? No. It's not about trying harder. Not about trying harder. Okay, it's not about trying harder. If in the Mind Body Spirit Healthy Collective, we call people out. We call people out on their language and stuff, and we do it with so much love, because if I'm not aware of the way that I'm speaking and the language that I'm using, I can really be creating problems for myself, or it could be an indication of maybe some limiting beliefs or blockages that I have. So you don't have to do anything to be worthy. You're worthy just being, right? You don't have to do anything to just be, to be worthy. You don't have to do anything to deserve love or to deserve abundance or to deserve any of those things. Like, you don't actually have to do anything, right? You are those things, and that is your birthright. It's just the structure that we're in makes us think we're not. It makes us think that it's available for some, but not for all. And then for many of us, experiencing trauma just further complicates everything, because nothing detaches you from your self-worth faster than childhood trauma. No try, only do. That's our favorite thing. No try, only do. And you've got it. You've got it. You've got it. Right. So I had a really cool thing happen on the weekend, which in the beginning, I didn't think it was super cool, but it is. So I have spiritual practices, right? And you should. It's no different than your body, right? You should have things that you do on a regular basis for the health of your body. You should have things that you do on a regular basis for the health of your mind. Look at Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy. Just beautiful. And you should have things for your spirit. So I walk my dog twice a day, take him for good walks. That is also my mind, body, and spirit. You get a whole bunch in that one. But when my one spiritual practice, I was actually, and it's amazing that Snea came in at this point. So I was doing my ritual with my mala beads. So I have these mala beads that I personally made my mala beads years ago. Like, we're talking probably 3 years ago now. So I've had them and they've traveled with me, and, I've used them and stuff. And I was doing my ritual with them. And after I finished my ritual, I normally hold them in my hand, and like I cup them in my hand and hold them in prayer. And then I put them on my altar. So I was doing this, and then I went to put them on and whatever. And I was just holding them in my hand, and they broke. And like the beads just fell. And I was just like, oh no. Because, it was broken. So it was just like, oh no. But it's actually a good thing. Right, Snea? It's a good thing. Because that means the karmic cycle has been completed. Correct? So, yeah. So I did this beautiful ritual on the weekend. I took all the beads, all the stuff from the mala, and I did this ritual by the water. And I gave all the beads, because they're lava beads and crystals, right? So I had the different crystals in them, and all the lava beads, and I took them and I released them into the water in this beautiful ritual this weekend. And I felt so much lighter. And I woke up the next day and I was like, wow. So whatever that was completed. Beautiful. So it was a wonderful thing. So see, sometimes we can put an idea into something thinking, oh my goodness, this is bad. I broke this. But if we really look at it, right, and we research it, we can find out that sometimes it's actually the thing that we thought was bad is actually a good thing. So it's always good to investigate and discern and figure that out. Yeah, it was so cool. I don't know what it was, the karmic thing, but I love it. Yeah. So I went and I released it. It was all good. So again, now I get to build a new mala. So guess what we're going to do in the divine feminine one of these times? Maybe even mind, body, spirit, healthy. I don't know. We'll do it in one of them. But we're going to do mala. We'll do mala beads. And what I'll do is I'll either put a kit together that I can send out to everybody, or I'll figure out where we can order a kit from that everybody can order it for themselves that wants to participate, one way or the other. One way or another, I'm going to get you. Yes, it was beautiful, right? And yeah, I love it. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Okay, so who's going to be next for a card? Jen, are you still there? Let's see if Jen's still there. Aw, I'll send some healing to your cat if you're open to receiving it. And I'm pretty sure you are, but I have to confirm firsthand anyway. You can heal him too. Okay, I will send him healing. Hi, I am. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Okay, what does Jen need to hear? Hi, Chexie. How are you? What does Jen need to hear? That's okay. I was like, Simon must be pushing a couple of things. How are you? All right. Spirit, can I get a good message for Jen? All right, Jen, are you having a difficult time making a decision? Are you having a difficult time making a decision? Sometimes we feel quite blinded by our choices. We might feel like we don't know the right decision to make, or I remember being in this position before where I was like, I gotta, it felt like you were walking on a fire. Not a fire. It's just so bright. Like, you should see YouTube, guys. It is like this whole, like, I'm just white. It's so bright, like across it's so bright. And I just turned to look to see, because it was cloudy all morning, and I'm looking to see where the sun is. And it's still cloudy. It's still cloudy. The sun hasn't come out yet. But apparently on YouTube, the sun is shining. I mean, it's shining here too, but not like YouTube. YouTube's like, wow, so bright. All right. So Jen, we've got this indecision that's coming up. Oh, I don't know how I ended up with that card in my hand. There's some grief that you're experiencing. I think did somebody betray you? I feel like you're going through some definite grief here. There's something that you're needing to let go of. Oh. I'll send him healing. Yeah, like it's so lit up on there. All right, what else does Jen need to hear, Spirit? Yeah, like were you in a relationship with somebody who's a little bit of a, like, maybe toxic masculinity, or being around that energy? And like okay. Because there's just something. How's your relationship? Because I was getting relationship energy here. Hi, Ivan. How are you, love? Or just at least the light shut down a little bit. I don't know. Maybe commenting about how bright it was dialed it back a little bit. Because I'm getting something, and maybe the energy. So we've got the Tower card. So the Tower card is something happened, but it felt like, maybe it was a change or something like that. But it was you narrowly avoiding disaster. Right. So it was redirection is God's protection. That's okay. 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 That makes sense with because this is very, like, that's what I was picking up was narcissistic energy. So that's like maybe that he's your ex, the narrowly avoiding disaster. Um, so I'm just getting an overall read on you with that grief, that there's still some grief to let go of. And it might even be with him. Like, how long ago? Like, do you feel like you're energetically, like there's any energetically that you're still connected in that way? Like, how do you feel with the healing of that particular part? Because I know from going through narcissistic relationships and coming out that it can really do a number on your own self-esteem, and then make you afraid to move forward in other relationships, right? So maybe it's not like the grief of like losing your mom grief, but not fully letting go. Like there's something, there's like not fully letting go. But you were like, that was like a good thing, obviously, that the relationship didn't last, right? That was avoiding disaster. This Queen of Cups, she's very intuitive, very emotionally, like nobody messes with her. Like she's in a really great space energetically. But that Ace of Swords also came out. So Ace and Two of Swords. So there's a decision, but there's clarity coming in. There's some clarity coming in for whatever this decision is. Can we get more clarity? Can I get more clarity? The Sun Dancers, joyful activities, celebration of life and abundance. So the message I'm getting from this is like, what are you doing for joyful activities that you're getting out of there? Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like there was some, like my guides were like, it might benefit you to do an energetic cord cleansing, like to clear the cords. You could do a symbolic one using a white candle, a black candle. Like you can look for a cord cutting ceremony that uses candles, if that aligns with you. There's a variety of different ways to do it. I do have on my YouTube channel a cord cutting one, that's using my Archangel Michael's sword to cut it. I do another one now where I actually unhook the energetic cords. And the reason why we want to make sure that, like, I feel like there's a healing that needs to happen within this space. And maybe that's what the Queen of Cups is indicating, right? Is that healing. Hi, Shortbutt. And, the reason why is if we're not careful, what we end up doing is we'll take some of that into another relationship. And I don't know if you're looking to get into another relationship or if someone's coming in. I do feel that you need to find those things that are making you happy. Those, like, go out and do those joyful activities and go and hang out with people and just really celebrate your life. And yeah, there's that message. Let's see what your spirit guides messages are that's coming in. What do your spirit guides have to say to you? So resilience is one of the strongest qualities you have. It has gotten you through so many trials and tribulations in the past, and it will continue to do so. Lean on that inner tower of strength anytime you need it. You've got this. Okay. Aw. Love you, sweetheart. Ooh, yes, yes. Thursday night would be a great night to do it, because the new moon's on Friday. So that would be the last day that I would do it, would be the Thursday until the next full moon phase of that. Okay. All right. Any other messages from your spirit team? Not that many. That's like too many messages. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, so, and that's why, like, the message is really to be looking for the things that light you up, like the things that bring you joy. They're not just things that bring you joy. They literally raise your vibration. They elevate you. And in doing the things that bring us joy, we align with other people, especially like when we're doing it out in public, right? Like, if, let's say, you love dancing, so you go and you go dancing. That's a way for you to have that opportunity to interact with other people that love dancing. You're going to find people with similar likes and stuff like that. And like, that's going to be a big thing, right? To have that opportunity to engage with people who have similar likes and interests while you're enjoying yourself, and just celebrate your life. Celebrate your life, that you got away from that. I know what it's like to be in that situation, like that, everything, like it whatever he or however he treated you, or anything that he said to you, or anything that he made you feel, was never anything to do about you. So if you can do the healing and move past that, that would just be and love your life, and love your life. That's the strong message, is get out there and just love your life, and to do the healing so that you don't repeat a pattern. That's the other message. Okay. Hi, Shorebutt. And yes, your uncle is around you. He absolutely is. All righty. You're welcome. You're welcome. Who's going to get next? Are we going to do rapid cards? Is that what we're going to do? Because I see a bunch of people asking for a card. So if you're looking for just for a card, we can do the cards. We'll do rapid cards. But if you want more of a reading, then you'll have to let me choose, and it means less will get it. Okay. You can connect with him at any point in time, and that you can channel a message from him. And I mean, me saying, is I'm supplanting that, that, because you do. Your ego's forgotten, like this self's forgotten, but your higher self knows what you're capable of, and knows that it can communicate with your uncle at any point in time. Right. So if you want a message from your uncle, right, I would suggest that you take a moment and sit down with a piece of paper and a pen, and you ask yourself, what is the message that my uncle has for me? And then just allow whatever comes up first. Just start writing. Just write whatever comes up. Don't judge it. Don't even try to interact with what's coming out. You read it back afterwards. And it doesn't matter whether you think it's you making it up or not, right? Don't even worry about that. Just write whatever comes up. Your uncle does not want you to be grieving him like this. Your uncle wants you to be enjoying your life. He wants you to be living your life and knowing that he's guiding you and he's watching over you. Know that you can call on him for assistance whenever you need him, and that you're never truly alone. You're never alone. You're never alone. Okay. So yeah. But you can get the message yourself, and that would be a much better message. Okay. So are we doing quick cards, or are we doing readings? You're not alone. You're not alone. You're right here. And if you feel alone, then, if you've got $10 Canadian to spend a month, I mean, I know it goes up to 13 on the 1st of November, but if you've got $13 a month, then come and hang out with us in the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective, where you will realize you are not alone. You have a lovely, 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 healthy community around you that cares for you. Okay. Okay. If you go to my website which is pinned in here, if you go there, you can sign up. It's under plans and pricing. And once you sign up to the website, though, make sure that you sign up, like that you register on the website, because then if anything happens, I can add you to the group. But if you don't sign up for the website, I have no way of adding you in the back end. But yeah. Yeah, there's so much support in that group, Short Butt. There's so much support. It's a beautiful environment, and it's not just me that's there to be supportive. The whole collective is supportive. Okay. Hi, Melinda. Melinda's doing an amazing job on her social media lately. I've been seeing her doing lots of lives, and she's getting beautiful gifts. So proud of you. Hello, love. How's Lily? Alrighty. So 14 is my lucky number, and we got 8.8 that I just looked on there. So 88. And let's go. This is a beautiful Monday morning. You guys do your thing. Do your thing, because I'm, yes. So I actually, at this moment, I am not pulling any cards. None. Debbie's phone's doing the frying. We're just going to sit here and hang out. Okay. We're just going to sit here and hang out. And I'm going to say why. Okay. I'm going to say why. I've been here for over an hour, and I just checked the list, right? I can see right here it's 0. Okay. And when I drop the list down, I can also see it's 0. So and I get it that not, that I can honestly say, I can appreciate that not everybody is in a position where they can do an energy exchange of that kind. And I've been very clear about that. But when I've been here for over an hour and doing full readings, which you would pay at least $15 for, and I'm probably lowballing a $15. And I am here, generosity of spirit, but at some point you have to ask yourself, am I just asking for more, right? How much, right? So yeah, I love you guys, but yeah. Thank you, Chuck. See, I appreciate you. Right. Because I was starting to get to a point where I was like, everybody's asking for stuff. Everybody's asking, can I get a card? Can I get this? Can you give me a card? Can I get that? And da 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 da. And I'm like, why is everybody so good of can I have, but nobody's so good at can I give? I've been very clear. This is my job. This is my whole company, right? I come on here and I interact with you guys in the morning, and then I go from here to Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy. And on the days when it's a new moon or full moon, I'm in the collective with the divine feminine, and so on and so forth. And you guys know what I'm doing. I'm doing at a ridiculously inexpensive amount. And I'm doing that because I don't think that healing should be for just the classes. I think that healing is for the masses. So I am giving to the masses, but the masses need to give back, even in a small amount. Right. And, because if not, then I can't continue to do this. I am serving the collective with everything I have, but I need to serve my own bank account so that I can pay my rent, so I can feed my dog, so I can pay my phone bill. So if you are able to work with me, work with me. You're here interacting. So, let's do this. Let's do this. When I rise, you rise. That's one thing I can tell you for sure. Right? Love you, Simone. Yeah, you're doing really good. I've seen you on your lives. Like you're getting some good, really good gifts on your live. That's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. Right. I think that the problem is that a lot of times because of TikTok, right? It's so easy to scroll to the next person and be like, I'm just going to do this and go to the next person and I'll just get a freebie from them. And I'll just keep scrolling until I get whatever freebie I can from wherever I can on here. And, then you wonder why someone that you interacted with, that you love, that you're like, oh my God, she's amazing. She's so intuitive. She's got all these other techniques and talents. Oh my God, I was in there the other day and she did this healing on me. Or I was there the other day and she activated me in this amazing way. She's gotten me to touch in with my spiritual gifts. She's talked to me about, these beautiful ways of, understanding what my other things are, right? Or whatever. And that's amazing. And then you wonder why they're gone. Well, they're gone because you're not supporting them. They can't stay here for free, right? Like you can't spend hours, like 15 hours a week I used to spend on here for, $40 or $100 in TikTok stuff, thinking here I am doing my best to serve society. I'm so serving, I'm giving and just giving and just giving. And, but at some point you give to the point where you're like, I'm done. I can't give anymore. There's nothing left to give. Right? So if you're grateful or appreciative of what I have to offer, or you appreciate the readings that I give for you, then don't just come and get free all the time. Actually do what you can to support me. And I know I've been a person who's been in a variety of levels of income to where I've had money and haven't had money. And I still, with the income that I'm at now, which is lower than what you can anticipate, but no matter where I am, I still support the people around me too. So this weekend I did a session with Tyel and I donated to Tyel the little bit that I could, but I still donated. Right. So, we've got to come together. All right. And you can't always be just like demanding more. I go live Monday to Friday. Hello. How are you? All right. I'm done with my, and I'm actually going to do a little shake off. We're going to do a little shake off. And I did do a cleanse with, white sage this morning. I've seen a bunch of readers on TikTok are starting to get a bit frustrated. Right. Like when I'm on here being myself and shining, right? When I'm on here being myself and shining, how many times do I get to hear people come on here and say, that's witchcraft. That's the devil's work. That's right. Like we get attacked on the regular. I get attacked pretty much like through my lives in different ways and stuff like that. I go live Monday to Friday, pretty much 10 a.m. Eastern, and I go live until about 12:30. Sometimes I'm late, but that's because I end up talking with my girl. Or just talking with a friend or whatever, something happens. But most of the time it's 10 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern until 12:30. And then at 12:30, we're in the Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Collective. And we're there for a while, depending on what's going on with there. So I'm just doing some Palo Santo. The smoke made you sneeze. That's awesome. Just cleansing the environment. Palo Santo is holy wood. So we're just clearing out. Yeah, my window's still open. Have to make sure there's a window open or a doorway open if you're doing that in the house. Okay. All righty. Beautiful. I love Palo Santo too. Just beautiful. But I really have a strong connection with white sage. And yeah, it just takes me to my roots. Yeah, it is important. It absolutely is, Victor. Okay, so seeing as people seem to, like a lot of people want cards, we're going to do rapid cards. We're just going to do top card. We're going to do whatever card comes out, and then we're going to do We're going to do the bottom card, or if 2 cards come out, you'll get a couple cards. That's it. Okay. So it's quick readings because everybody wants. So let's get some quick readings. I'm going to start with Mira. What does Mira need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Mira? Okay. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is typically about inspiration and taking inspired action, right? So it's that idea that you want to move on, but you're not moving on it. And you have this beautiful 3 of Pentacles. Like there's some long-term relationships that are around you, like the teacher and the student. And I'm thinking this is talking about our collective here, right? That I do believe that the collective is going to help you to step up and step out into your power, like to take and feel the confidence that you need to be able to step forward and to go after whatever this inspired action is. Okay. I'm just going to pull one spirit message from your guides to see what do we got for a message from your spirit team. Make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. You need to know your worth even when others don't. You are not what people think of you. That's a very important message for all of us. A very important message. What people think of you is none of your business. What matters is what you think of yourself. And that can be a hard thing to do, but more often than not, what we're not aware of is that what the person feels about us is a projection, right? They're projecting what they feel about themselves onto them. Yes. Frankincense and myrrh are both beautiful. Beautiful. Alrighty. So I'm going to, Victor, are you still there? I'm going to pull a card for Victor. Okay. What does Victor need to hear today? Victor. So we got the 5 of Cups, but in the shadow seer position. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So something maybe doesn't work out the way that you had hoped it to be. Maybe it affected your self-worth a little bit, or financially you're not seeing what you want to see coming in. The 5 of Cups is about there's something that you need to let go of, but you're not willing to let go of it. It could be that you know very well the job that you're in is not the space that you're supposed to be in, and that you'll never be fully fulfilled there. And that what you need to do is change, but you're afraid to do it. Okay. And it's okay. It's just it's just the growth, right? It's just the growth. Hello. Welcome on this side. Yes. Beautiful. I love that. So Victor, take some time to rest and rejuvenate. You need to pace yourself for the changes that are coming your way. They are all positive. Bigger and better things are coming for you. Just relax and trust. So if you're afraid that doing whatever that is, like taking that leap, is going to lead you to a space where, you know, like you're going to not have money or things like that, that's not the truth. Whatever is coming for you is definitely going to be bigger than what you can imagine. Okay. All righty. Snea, what does Snea need to hear today, Spirit? Snea, it's time for you to put up some boundaries. These could be energetic boundaries or physical boundaries, but protecting your energy is important. We have the Hermit also came out. The Hermit is in the shadow as well. You've been you need to socialize. There's definitely there's an element of stepping out of your little bubble that you're in. And I know that we talked about that, like with the whole trip to Calgary and stuff, right? And about our road trip, right? So my mom's little cat, just a little metal thing that sits there. He's just a little metal plaque. He's so cute though. So the Hermit, right? Like making sure that you're not right in my van. Exactly. I'm going to have a van too. We're going to do it together. We'll just be out of here. So the Hermit is like, it's time to stop isolating. But I think that a part of it is that because, like, you know, you've been out there before and hurt in circles, that you're a little bit hesitant to, you know, put yourself back out there because you're afraid of what, you know, is going to come for you from the people that you're around, like that you're going to maybe get hurt again or taken advantage of, and so on. So your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. We're going on our trip. I'm going to win the van, and then we're going, because then we have the vehicle. You're coming with. Hop in. Let's go. Decisions made. We're off to Alberta. When are we leaving? Yes. Vroom, vroom. Let's go. Sedona. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I would love to go to the warm weather. Like, honestly, I get to pick. When I win the van, I'll have to go to Arizona and get it, because the van's down. You pick it up in Arizona. I'm pretty sure it's Arizona. So I'll be in Arizona, right? It's perfect. It's perfect. So let's manifest that. Manifest me winning my van, my Sprinter van. It's only 3 degrees there. Chilly. On my way. We're road tripping it. We've got this. Okay, so who's after Simon? What does Simon need to hear today? Can I get a good message for Simon? All righty. Well, those 3 fell out and they just all like sat down. Yeah, I am. There's the race for blindness. They do these contests to win a van. And this one here, you get to custom create, like you get to customize the inside of it, which is lovely. So, energetic boundaries. The King of Swords, thought leader. Abundance, inspiration, hope, a giant yes card coming your way, Simon. That's pretty powerful energy. So you stepping up in the spotlight is just about you learning to create boundaries for yourself, is what I'm getting from this. And you're meant to be in that leadership spot. But you have to learn those boundaries to protect yourself. But once you do, then it is on. Life is changing and, in an abundant and beautiful way. And this is authenticity too. The sun is just that giant authentic card. So let's see, what do we got for a message from your spirit guides? Your spirit team message. Sometimes walking away is the only option, not because you want to make someone miss you or realize they took you for granted, but because you finally respect yourself enough to know you deserve better. What I'm getting from this is there was a message that came out for me as well. And I know, I know we share a common situation. Hello, Melissa. How are you, my love? Sometimes we have to make a decision to move before all of the things are in place. Right? It's almost like a step in the direction that you're wanting to move in. Sometimes you have to take that step before the rest of the way is okay. Taking that risk in that direction. It can be a bit scary, but that's kind of, that sometimes we have to walk away from like the safety bubble that we've created, because the safety bubble is keeping us in our comfort zone. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm getting. Okay, Simon. All righty. Tam. What does Tam need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Tam? Alrighty, so the two cards that came out for you, Tam, is the Lovers in the Shadow and then the Three of Cups. So the Lover in the shadow, there's disharmony. This could be poor communication. This could be relationship stuff. It could be just an imbalance in your energy, an imbalance between your masculine and feminine. The Three of Cups is about your soul circle. This is about soul, like your friends, your relationships. I do believe that the gift of the free entrance into the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective for at least till the end of this month, I think that gift of getting into that group is something that's really showing you this beautiful collective that's around, these beautiful people that have a lot of the same energy as you, or have dealt with a lot of the complications that you've had to deal with as well, right? And many of us are battling, whether it's we are opposing the scientific view or we're opposing the religious view, right? We're like, I'm moving away from these two views. Right? Beautiful. So these connections are coming in, and it's going to be helpful for you to realize, I think, that you have the opportunity that you can move away from these energies, and know that you're not going to be alone. You're not going to, like some of us think that, oh, if I go against the religion or the way that my community is with their religion, I'm going to be an outcast and I'm not going to have anybody and I'm going to be all alone. And you're knowing that that's not the case. Hi, Chastity. And hello, Anita. Hi, Renee. That's not the case, right? You just end up aligning with people that are more aligned with you and who you are on the inside. So can I get a message from Tam's spirit guides, please? Good morning. Good morning, Denise. When there are questions you need assistance with, go inward. Sit with yourself. Meditate on the question. Ask for our help. Also, then trust your intuition, as most often the answer and guidance will be delivered to you intuitively. We are with you always. Good morning. Good morning. So beautiful message for you. All righty. Metal check. What does Metal check need to hear today? Can I get a good message for Metal check? All righty. So there's something of a tower moment. So some change that's happening. There's been this delay. I actually need to know what the delay is. I have to actually get more confirmation on this. I don't. Are you not paying attention to your intuition? Are you not listening to yourself? What are your dreams telling you? Yeah. Because you got the High Priestess in the shadow with this. You've got the Tower and the Eight of Wands in the shadow. Okay, Metal check. So the High Priestess is that highly intuitive psychic, having premonitic dreams and all of that energy. So you're not paying attention to the information that you're receiving. So you're receiving some information. Your guides are trying to communicate with you, and you're not receiving the message. And you need to receive the message because it's something that is. I feel like if you're not careful, it creates a tower moment. Never allow yourself to be taken for granted. I'm a super Sagittarius, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Never allow yourself to be taken for granted. It is better to remove yourself from the situation than to be treated less than you deserve. You are precious, you are worthy. So there's some situation that is not serving you and you're not paying attention to it, but it is definitely causing some strife in your life, or it's delaying the things that are meant for you. Yeah, it's delaying what's meant for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi, Chris. How are you, love? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I always look at all of those things, truth wave energy. Like if I was to look at true, or if I was to look at the 13 star or the 13 signs, I am more Ophiuchus, because I sit in the, like in that sign. And when I look at true sidereal, which is a different format of astrology, because it looks at that the planets have shifted drastically over time. Hi, Victor. They so I've when you look at true sidereal, I'm Scorpio. Hi Chantel. What do you need healing with? What would you like healing with? Because I've sent out I said that my intention when I sat here was I was going to send out. You're welcome. I was like, yeah, it was the taken advantage of part that made you clue in, right? Because as soon as I was saying, I'm like, yeah, she's being taken advantage of. She needs to pay attention to that and put down boundaries and protect herself. Pay attention to the signs. Hello, Tina. How are you, love? All righty. Hi, Jennifer. What's your desire? I'm waiting for Heather. I think it was Heather, wasn't it, that said about Chantel. Chantel. I don't know why I said Heather. Heather's not even close to Chantel. Hi, how are you, Jennifer? No, that's okay. You don't have to apologize for anything. Alrighty. Who else is on here? If you'd like a card on YouTube, because I've given Victor and Simon a card. So if you're on, and Jen a card. So if it's just you three that are still there, then that's good. I've gotten everybody. Definitely. I gave you a card, Tam. Did you leave again? I don't know how many times this happens to me and you. Yeah. I don't know how many times that happens to me and you. I did, Chantel. What did you need healing with, love? What did you need healing with? Yeah, Granny Debbie, I'll pull a card for you now. All right. What does Granny Debbie need to hear, Spirit? Okay. I'm going to give you the one guy there and the other guy there. How do you pour love into yourself? So the message that came out for you, Tam, was the Lovers in reverse, which is disharmony. So there's a lot of disharmony in, possibly I'm thinking in relationships. But either way, whether there's a disharmony because you're spending too much, like you're not healthy with the masculine feminine energy, there's that kind of balance, or there's the balance between giving and receiving. There's all these different ways that we balance things, right? And so that energy, so the Lover's card in a shadow can be an imbalance. It can also be miscommunication or disharmony in relationships too. So there's that disharmony that's there. And I do believe that, it's related to the whole concept of the religion. And when we step up into the spiritual space and we start to say, but religion is man-made, and we want to look at beyond religion. What is the truth beyond this man-made thing that's there? We always worry that we're going to lose all of these people. So we often stay in places that we aren't meant to stay in, or we don't follow what our intuition or our guides or our knowing is telling us, because we're afraid we're going to lose people. But I see what this is saying is that it's going to allow you to move from people who, maybe they're aligned with you because you were born into the family, but that's the only real alignment that's there when it comes to like really aligned with who you innately are, or who you are at your core. That's your soul tribe. And I think that, you know, that accidental gift of mind, body, spirit, healthy until the end of November, that actually showed you that there's other people like you who have experienced the same things, that have had to walk away, whether it was religion or from traditional medicine, and the fear of losing family or friends or whatever is prevalent for all of those people that were doing that, but they did it anyway. And so they show you that there's this space that you also are welcome in, where, you know, it's supportive. And so you get that connection to people, like a soul tribe, which is so much more beneficial than just a lot of the relationships we have right now are just relationships we have because we think that we have to, right? Hi, Alicia. You said something that you regret saying. Did you take ownership for it? Did you take responsibility for it? Did you delve into yourself as to why you said it? Right? Because oftentimes when we say something, like, it's either that there's a reflection of ourselves that we're saying to the person, or there's some truth that we've been denying ourselves in saying. How are you doing, sweetie? All right, so I said I was going to pull for Granny Debbie, and I did. So Granny Debbie, we've got the 10 of Pentacles immediately the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles came out. This is slow and steady. Like, he's the slowest of all the knights. And you have the Six of Cups in the Shadow Seer position. The Six of Cups is like looking in reverse. And my message is, like, when it's taking a long time to come to you, it's easy for us to regress back and start to look at the fear or the victim, or, you know, for us to regress. Like, working and evolving and growing and transcending, that is slow and steady wins the race. It's consistency. It's doing the practices every day, right? And our healing journey is often, you know, like a tango, where we take a couple of steps forward and a step back, and we take a couple of steps forward and a step back. We just have to catch ourselves when we start to step backwards and get going forward again sooner rather than later. But it is that steady forward motion that we're doing. Thank you. Steady forward motion. And we will get there. We just can't, for some of the things we wanted overnight. We're being raised in a space, right? Yes, go. I like that. It's a beautiful way to look at it. Gomez was in love with everything. He just loved life. He loved Morticia. He loved his home. He loved, you know, he loved everything. He just loved, just so full of love. So your spirit guides are saying, trust the wait. You are being prepared for your blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive things you are going through you have to be ready to receive. Things you are going through right now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe. Okay, so a strong message there about trusting the flow of the universe. Just patience, right? Patience is a virtue, but don't allow, because it didn't show up when you thought it should, or how you thought it should, for it to derail you. Okay. All righty, who's next for a card? Hi, Rob. How are you? Who's next for a card? I'm trying to think of the other people that have been here for a while. Hi, Amanda. Hi. Chantal. I'm going to pull a card for you, Chantal. I'll pull a card for you in a moment, love. Chantal, what does Chantal need to hear? Ta-da! Chantal. Same. So, justice. So this whole situation's justice is coming. This guy speaks of liberation. So maybe without even realizing it, you've been liberated and you will see justice unfold, like fairness, and everything will become balanced. Does that mean that it'll end up the way that you maybe want it to at this point, or like the outcome's going to be the same? This could be something like where you said something and you're taking like this brunt of it. And maybe what you said wasn't even that bad, but maybe the relationship was something that wasn't healthy for you to begin with. Right? It just wasn't a good relationship, and you're going to be highlighted that fact. And this is going to bring you into a space of balance. We've got the juggling the many aspects of yourself. So did you feel like you had to be somebody that's slightly different, or you had to hide some part of yourself to have a relationship with that person? Just because they're an old friend doesn't mean that you're not different. Right? Old friends, sometimes we hold on to friends well past their expiry date. So you were holding on to her as a placeholder, right? I used to say this, sometimes we'll say, well, they were my friends since public school. Yeah, well, you had your teacher for all of grade 5. That was a whole year of hanging out with your teacher. Do you still routinely connect with them? Do you still routinely go and hang out with them? Do you still routinely call your teacher up and, did you keep that connection alive? Like many of us, we went to the same school our whole lives, and we had our teachers for many years in different, places. So that's a question to ask yourself. And your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. Hi, Ryan. Yeah. Right. So, if you did something wrong and you apologized for it, that's sometimes we let the relationships get let go of because they're not meant to come where we're going. Okay. Okay. I can't remember what your name is because you just got like sparkly stars and stuff as your name. Jennifer. I was going to say Jennifer too, but I thought I was wrong. All right, Jennifer. What does Jennifer need to hear today? What does Jennifer need to hear? All righty. So there's a decision that you need to make, a choice between the comfort zone and taking a risk is what's coming up with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about that. And sometimes we want to stay in the comfort zone, right? But you're going to have to take a risk here. And the risk is going to pay off. It's going to be very financially lucrative. So is the university that you want to go to, do you have to move to go there? Hi, Amanda. Do you have to move to go to this university, or is it's close, but it's hard to get into? Did you apply to other universities? Is there any universities that you would have to move to go to? Not yet. So those difficult times will pass. Nothing bad lasts forever. The sun will shine again. The birds will sing. The clouds will clear, and you will be glad you kept moving forward. You will soon be rewarded for your patience. Hold on. You are far stronger than you think. So there's something about taking a risk here. Okay. There's something about making a decision and choosing between your comfort zone and something new. And it can mean moving. Like can actually mean moving. At the end of it is like beautiful energy because it's the King of Pentacles. So this doesn't mean that this is about university, right? And the reason why I say that is because I give you the message. When I ask the cards for what message you need to hear. I don't ask the cards. Like I didn't ask the cards, is she going to get into that university? Right? I didn't ask them that. I just asked the card, what's the message you need to hear? And the message you need to hear is there's a decision that you need to make between the comfort zone and the unknown and taking a risk. That risk is going to pay off. Okay. Whatever the risk is, or whatever the new thing is, whatever the decision that you make. So maybe you get into more than one university and you've got to make a decision. And one of those one choice that you make, which may be a choice to take a bit of a, maybe it is, maybe you need to look at other universities. Maybe there's a university that you're not thinking of that would actually be a better fit for you. But it would mean moving, right? Where's some place that you've always wanted to live? You're welcome. I love you too. Melissa. Alrighty, what does Melissa need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Melissa? Okay, Melissa, I feel like you're going through a spiritual awakening, but you may be pushing against it. You may be resisting it, right? The Judgment card is the glorious unveiling of self, is what it is, where we stop caring about what other people think about us and we just allow ourselves to shine through. We allow every bit of ourselves to be seen unapologetically. And we just love and, we love and accept ourselves where we're at. Here, there's something that is preventing us from doing that, whether we're afraid to show ourselves to everybody or just certain people, right? Some of us get into that space where we are not willing to show it to certain people. The message that I'm getting for you is that really you're sitting on something. You're sitting on something that could actually lead you to something financial. It could lead you in the right direction, to peace, to stability, to all of that, this healed, wonderful, material and spiritually abundant place. But you're not there because you're not allowing yourself to shine through. And the reason why I say that is because you've also got and I don't normally do this, but I am anyway. All 4 cards came out. So I'm reading them all for you because they're important. The King of Wands and the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is a very spiritual card. It's actually it represents Sagittarius in major arcana. And the King of Wands is also fiery energy, which is a spiritual leader. It can sometimes be represented as any of the fire signs as well, but can also represent Leo. So there could be a Sagittarius Leo thing here with the energy. I just mentioned the cards and what they mean for fun. Okay. When we're talking about the relevance to you, it may have more relevance, but at the end of the day, these are the cards that came out for you. So if you want to be that spiritual leader, this entrepreneur who has lots of money, and you've got this beautiful temperance energy, right? This is that balance, that amalgamating those energies together. Like this is the alchemist. Right. So this alchemist and this king who's an entrepreneur leadership, these are what would lead you to this space. But because you're not willing to allow your true self to shine, right, you can't enjoy the fruits of the harvest and be in that peaceful, healed space, which is what's blocking this. The spiritual material, all of it. So what is it that you're not afraid to? What is it that how are you afraid to be seen? Or what gifts do you feel that you have? Right? We are all channels, just so you know. Every single one of us is a channel. Any ideas or inspiration that you have that comes from the ethers or comes from the thoughts, right? They are channeled messages, right? Stephen King used to talk about that. He used to say he'd get an idea for a book in the middle of the night, and he would jump up and he would write furiously, and he would write it as fast as he could to get it out there, because he was aware of the fact that he wasn't the only one that was getting that download at that time. So it was basically whoever received the download and put it to market first was, it was better. So, that's the same concept. Like we're all channeling, and so you are a channel, but what is it that you feel like you're sitting, or what is it that you feel like you're capable of, or what is it that you want to do with your... Good morning, Kiora. So you are much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal, new opportunities to appear, relationships to improve, and these prayers will soon be answered. is the message from your spirit guides. And then as well, you got you're feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the variously seemingly contradictory information that are coming your way. Trust your instincts and do what they are telling you to do, and you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction you want your life to take. Good morning, Carol. Hello, love. Thank you for the gifts, my love. So there you go. That's your message. That's your message. All righty. Amanda. Okay. Trying to think and make sure, like, I'm not missing anybody. Good morning. All right. What do we have for Amanda? You're welcome, Amanda. So Amanda, we got the the Knight of Cups and the Sun card. Oh my goodness. We got the Knight of Cups and the Sun card shadow. Okay. So these, the Knight of Cups is the hopeless romantic. It could be being a bit naive about romance when it's in the shadow seer position. So there might be a new romantic relationship that's coming in, but it's not the right one. The Sun card, which is affectionately known as the giant yes card, is in the shadow position, right? You're going to have so many options and choices. But this one here, whatever this individual that, or, the situation that this is representing, that there's, it's just not, so like, it may be a bit, I'm seeing what else my guides are saying in the moment about that. Yeah, I'm just like, it's just that it's maybe an unhealthy romance, right? And maybe it's because people aren't they're in love with the idea of love, but not in like with each other, with who each other truly is, right? The Knight, or it could be, wearing your heart on your sleeve. But I've always thought of that, the Sun card as representing not just the yes, but the authenticity, right? Inspiration and hope as well. So you're feeling a bit hopeless, and maybe a bit hopeless where romance is or where romance is concerned. All right. What are your message from your spirit guides? Give me the message for Amanda. Make it your mission to accept all parts of you, the good and what you perceive to be your imperfections. Don't look for any outside validation. It's already within you. Once you realize your true beauty and potential, you will never doubt yourself again. Okay, so powerful message for you. No, they're not. We could have a debate about it if you'd like, or we could have a conversation or a dialogue about it. Where's your, can I ask where your information is from? Where'd you get your information from, Jesse? So for those of you on YouTube that aren't following the conversation on TikTok, somebody came in and went, spirit guides are demons. And when I said that, then there's the yes. So I'm just asking where they get their information from, where their knowledge is from. I'm just curious, right? Like it's valid, right? If I know something, where do I know that from? How do I know that? Right? Where did I learn that from? Who taught me that? So if I follow the information, where did the information come from, and what benefit is the information being given to me in a specific way? So when we look at vaccines, if the vaccine, like the people that are putting the vaccines out are the ones that are doing the studies, it's actually medicine. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they want to help you? So your belief in the reason why why spirit guides are demons is because ask yourself, why would the spirit guides want to help humanity? So you believe that spirit guides wouldn't want, like, I don't understand that. But I don't understand what that means. Why would spirit guides want to help humanity? Because they're spirits. They're the same as you, right? At different levels. So for me right now, I'm at the level where I'm awakening and opening up to the truth of who I am and the knowledge of what is beyond this matrix that we're in, right? And a matrix is just a construct. So there's this construct that we're living in right now, which is the construct of Earth, in the society of really what is, in many ways, you could say that they're all, they're not really democratic countries. They're really not. Right? You put down, like, what is the other reasons then? What are the other reasons? Like, I just don't understand, like, a spirit guide wanting to help humanity. Hi, Dawn. How are you, love? I wish you enlightenment. That's all. I'll send enlightenment your way. Okay? Just sending enlightenment your way. Okay? Love to you, blessings, good energy your way. I just read you, Amanda. I just pulled your cards, Amanda. Yeah, Chastity. I'm going to pull for Chastity. All right, what does Chastity need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message from Chastity? I get a good message, Spirit. And right now I'm speaking to Spirit, just to be clear. I'm not speaking to a spirit guide. I'm speaking to Spirit. So the Nine of Cups is in the inverted position and the Chariot came out as well. So there's been a delay. There's been a delay in everything coming your way, but it is coming your way and it's going to be coming in quite quickly. It's all about channeling the energy correctly, right? This is a lot of energy, a lot of fast moving energy, and it means victory and success. This also means badass success, like standing on the stage, being an influencer. So all of this is coming for you. It's just that there's been a bit of a delay. Okay. So don't give up hope. Know that whatever the wait is that you're experiencing, it's not necessarily because you're doing anything wrong. It's just a waiting for things to get together in the background. Chastity, your spirit guides, you are feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the various seemingly contradictory information that are coming your way. Trust your instinct and do what they are telling you to do, and you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction you want your life to take. Okay. Yeah. I feel you, honey. I feel you. I feel you. Right. I feel you. It's like, how patient am I supposed to be? And how many times am I going to hear, it's coming, it's right here, it's coming, it's right here, it's right around the corner, right? I want you to, let's set an intention for you, Chastity, that you are going to see confirmation within the next 24 hours that's going to tell you a time frame. So whatever you're hearing, it's going to come in and it's going to tell you a time frame. Right? It's going to give you a time frame and it's going to say 1 week, 2 months, 3 years, whatever it's going to tell you. right? Just let it listen, and that'll be your confirmation in how much longer you have to wait. Okay. It'll give you some guidance that way. Okay. Definitely, Rob. At some point. All righty. No, I see your comment, Kiora. I see your comment. It's just that when I'm reading, if I look at comments all the time, then I'm just like distracted by the comments. So I don't engage with the comments. Today I've been doing little readings instead of big readings for people. What I've been asking though is that you guys are generous, because you know that with the clarity that you get, oftentimes that, yeah, I saw you asking for a card. Love you. Love you. Aw. When would you like to heal from anxiety? Would you like to talk, Michelle? I can give you a lot of different things to help you out. Hi, Mare. Right, Michelle? I can give you a bunch of things to help you out. One of the things is you have to figure out, for one, the source of your anxiety, right? Some of us have been raised around anxious people and been conditioned to see the world as a very scary, intimidating place. And we're still following all kinds of news. And no, you can have a card. You can have a card. Everybody, sometimes it gets frustrating. It really does. Everybody can have a card today. Fear based. Yeah. Hi, Shell. How are you, love? Been a while, Rochelle. Love you too, Rob. So, hi, Amita. And hey, Mare. Health anxiety. Why don't you book a call with me, Michelle? One, my biggest thing is that I am a trauma specialist, and I was a nurse for 20 years. And it was my own healing of my trauma and mental health and other illnesses that propelled me to start my own company, because I realized that the traditional medicine system was failing us, and that you really could actually heal from things and not be stuck taking medications for the rest of your life. So I started my own company, and now I help people healing and awakening. I do a variety of different things. There's a bunch of people on here that have worked with me doing what's called my calm spaces. My sacred journey. My sacred journey is a 6-session. We do it in 3 months. It's 6 sessions of healing. We go through safety and containers. Then we do inner child reparenting and reclaiming. We do shadow work and soul retrieval. We do quantum regression and integration therapy. And we also do a bunch of other 12-12 where I am. It just went 12-12. So it's a 6-session. I also do those in individual sessions. The quantum regression and integration therapy stuff that I do, you can often cure. And I do say that. I don't say it, my clients say it, but you can get to the root of what's causing your anxiety in often as little as 1 session. Depends on where you are and depends on what you consider to be costly. The cheapest thing that you can do to connect with me is TikTok in this format, or on YouTube, because I stream live Monday to Friday. I'm in Ontario as well right now. Monday to Friday, I'm live here Monday to Friday. Then from here, I go to the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective, which is a deeper way than what we're doing here. So we're in a container, we're on Zoom. So you get 5 days a week support and then some. Like, it's a really, really supportive community, and you have access to other people who are healers or have done different healing things with me, or even education with me, some of them. So it's really beautiful. I love you. I miss you. Come back and hang out with us when you're not so busy, Shell. And sending blessings your way. So then that one's like it on 5 days a week. So I start here with my live, and then we move to the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy. So you'll always, if you start here with us, you just flow into that container, into the Zoom meeting. And the Zoom meeting, we go for a few hours every day. But you don't have to attend every day. It's just that it's available 5 days a week for support. Many people do join every day and hang out with me every day. And it's $13 Canadian a month. That's what it's going to be November 1st. Right now, if you would be able to, get in on a free trial until the end of the month. Because I accidentally shared it to everybody that is subscribed to my website. So if you go to my website and you subscribe, I will bring you 13 Canadian a month. January 1st, it will go to $22 Canadian a month, and that's where it will stay. I'm not looking, this was never about, I have a very generous spirit, and I also believe firmly that healing shouldn't just be for the classes, so the people with lots and lots and lots of money. I think that healing should be available for everyone. So at $22 to have access to me 5 days a week. I have so many different skills or things that I bring to the table, whether it's my 20 years of nursing, which was in emerge nursing. I was a flight nurse. I flew around the world. I was the director of nursing. I was also, helped to run a hospital as part of the senior management team of a hospital in long-term care. I left that to get more education in trauma and become basically a trauma expert. So studying compassionate inquiry with Gabor Mate, somatic experiencing with Peter Levine, polyvagal theory with Stephen Porges, and so on and so forth, heart math and all of that. Then I studied quantum healing. I started opening up my spiritual gifts. I am highly intuitive. And I do so much more healing and work with energetics now than I used to, but you get access to all of that when we're working together. So yeah. And in the $13 a month group, which is, like I said, I'm calling it $13 because November 1st is Friday, but you could at least, if you wanted to sign up on my website, you could at least have the rest of this week, like from Monday until Thursday, for free. If you sign up on the website, I'll add you into the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy group. And it's the pinned post is the YouTube meeting. Yeah. And it's so supportive, so much support. Greetings, beautiful. I was telling everybody when I saw you come in, I was like, oh, did she stay? I have the story I have to tell. And my bestie boo didn't have time for tea this morning. So I have to, you have a great week too, Chastity. So I'm going to tell everybody now, but you laughed and I did get to tell you it. My mala broke. Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self, all one word.com. Mind, Body, Spirit, healthyself.com. Fabulous collective. Denise is one of the powerhouses that's in that collective. It's amazing. How are you doing, my love? Would you like a card, Shauna Lee? Unless you zipped away again. Shauna Lee. All righty. Yeah, it showed you popped into my thing and then went on by. Salasia. I came on like on time today, just about. Weird for sure. So when I was doing my ritual last night, my mala beads broke. Or not last night on a Saturday night, my mala beads broke. So excited. So whatever that karmic thing is done. Whole cycle of karma is done. So cool. All right, Shauna Lee. What does Shauna Lee need to hear? Can I get a good message for Shauna Lee, Spirit? Can I get a good message for my bestie boo? Oh yes, this is absolutely right. This is you. This is you. Right? This is you. So you are the master. This is a cycle of mastery, leveling up, putting your essence on it. And this is you being that spiritual leader, standing in your power. And yeah, it's leadership. It's powerful leadership, but spiritual entrepreneur. You're just putting that I think right now that little bit of a slowdown that you've had is just that you're getting more connected with your gifts, like you're getting more connected with that. Pura Vida, Flori. So sit in silence for a moment and listen to the answer. Then listen, sorry, sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Truly trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. It's not much longer. How beautiful is that, right? How beautiful. Okay. Who's next? Where'd Carol go? Is Carol still there? Is Carol still there? We got Flori. Okay, Flori. What does Flori need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Flori? And let me know if you need a card. Mirror, definitely. But Flori. Flori, wish upon a star. Oh, oh my goodness, 10-10, Flori, like these two. So enough is enough. There's been something that's been happening. It's enough is enough. And it's time for you to determine what you need to be taking with you as you go into the next step, right? And you don't want to be taking this with you. Whatever this is, you need to walk away from that and determine, like I said, whether any of the thing that's coming with them, or that, like what stuff you're bringing with you, what responsibility. And I'm thinking like in an emotional sense, but whatever you're wishing for is coming to you. The vibe that I get from this is kind of like, when you're in a relationship and you're wishing that your relationship was healthy, and God's like, okay, you want a healthy relationship? Well, it's not with this person. So you're like, crap, I have to walk away from this. Like, I'm not having this person as a healthy relationship, but I can have a healthy relationship, but it'll just be with someone else. That's the kind of energy of what those cards are kind of signifying for me. There's something that you need to walk away from, but you don't want to. And you have to determine how much responsibility you have in that situation, or how many burdens, like what burdens are yours to carry. And, it's a cycle of completion, like the 10-10s. But your wishes are going to be coming true. So don't be afraid to let go of the things that aren't serving you. Those difficult times will pass. Nothing bad lasts forever. The sun will shine again. The birds will sing. The clouds will clear. And you will be glad you kept moving forward. You will soon be rewarded for your patience. Hold on. You are far stronger than you think. All righty, Mare. Can I get a message for Mare, Spirit? The Knight of Wands. All right. On the bottom, we've got the Tower card. So the Tower card is about quick change. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be bad. We always look at that change. If we look at change in a negative, then anytime there's change, we're going to be disrupted. Like, we're going to feel bad, right? I love you, Texie. Yay. Yay. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. All right. So allow this, whatever's not meant for you, allow it to be taken away. There's like this passion and exuberance that's coming in. This is you chasing, like taking inspired action, going after things that light you up and that really are in alignment with you. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor Mare. So wherever you're headed for like money, financially, you're going to be okay. Don't allow negative emotions to fester. If you're feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that instead of fighting your feelings, go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. Yay! I'm so proud of you for choosing you. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. It's almost like that message. What he thinks of me doesn't matter. My crown hurts right now, like right here. Just, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Anita, what does Anita need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Anita? Go AWOL. Message for Anita. Okay. So we got 4 cards that flew out here. The first one is the 6 of Pentacles, but in the Shadow Seer position. So this is where there's not an even give and take happening somewhere. Okay. The 7 of Cups is there. So there's a lot of choices that you have to make. And you may feel a little bit overwhelmed by the opportunities or the options that are available to you. And we've got the 3 of Pentacles. Yes. is so powerful right now. So much powerful energy. That Aries full moon really set people forward. We're going to be dealing with a lot. We're going into some retrograde again, and that's going to affect the mutable signs more than the other signs. But so this, the Three of Pentacles represents longer relationships. So this could be somebody you've known since childhood. This could be, so there's like, it's like this relationship, this long-term relationship that you're in isn't a good even. And then you've got the King of Wands. So whatever this is, like, I feel like you need to make a decision to let this stuff, like, let this relationship go. And it might be even that there's a spiritual leader that's coming in that's going to help you with that. Okay. Ooh. If it's meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. How is that? TARDIS Hearts. I like that name. As someone who used to watch Doctor Who. Beautiful. Who else? Who else for cards? I got a couple. YouTube. I've been thinking about on November 1st. Actually, it's a good time to on November 1st. I'm going to start doing more with my YouTube channel. Yes, Michelle, absolutely. Michelle, what does Michelle need to hear? Well, Michelle, it's a beautiful message. You got the Three of Cups and the World. So whatever you're going through right now, this is a cycle of completion. It could mean there's a move in your future as well. But this is a beautiful card. This is lots of good coming in. And then you've got the Three of Cups, which speaks of abundance, soul family, really your tribe. All of that is beautiful. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing I'll be doing longer format readings. I'll be talking about spirituality, about the stuff that I talk about here. But I'm going to be doing longer readings on there, and maybe some more pick a card, but more where I'm channeling messages. And then I'm going to, so once a week, I'm going to try once a week to do a long format reading, and then once a week a meditation. So the spirit message that's coming out for you, Michelle, your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. Yep. Yeah, sacred union, all of that. That we are all masculine and feminine. It's really about non-duality is really what it's going to be a lot about, is non-duality, really removing the boundaries, removing the stuff that keeps us separated, the stuff that the division in society. That's where the structure of it, right? The sacred union. Mm-hmm. Why are you very sick? Don't call that into yourself. Whatever you follow I am with is something that is, I think that you're meeting, I honestly, I feel like your meeting with us is exactly what you need. Yeah, definitely cancel that. Cancel. And we do that too. But I think you meeting us and interacting with us, I think that that's going to help you move through that. Right. And maybe that's what you need, is to connect with me and have a call, and I can tell you what I would do to help you. And maybe you have it in your mind, you might think, oh, it's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And to you, that might be a lot, but it might not be. And so maybe finding out about, what I would offer to you and some options that I have. I have books and journals that are available on YouTube, on Amazon. And same thing when Debbie's in the group as well. And, we help everybody out each day. I do. I think that I think that's a big part of it, right? Is for you to connect with us in that way, or just coming back here and hanging out with us more, right? The world, I'm going to read like just a little bit of what the world card says, because there may be some message within the card that you're going to pick up a little bit more. Okay. So this is completion, joy, wholeness, achievement, happy endings, abundance, success, new levels of consciousness, and could literally mean traveling the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I would like to help you with your experience. Definitely make that call. Definitely book that call, Michelle. And the Three of Cups, I'm going to read the little blurb from the Three of Cups as well. Friendships, abundance, cooperation, community, closeness with siblings, joy, communication, celebration, and soul contracts. So again, this is abundance, completion, and soul soul ties, like soul family. So all of that is coming up for you. There is the concept of, I just feel like you're going to heal, like being with us, that's going to bring healing to you. Okay. Whether you work with me like in a one-to-one capacity, or you just come and join us in the Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Collective, I think that's going to help shift things for you. Alrighty, we're at 12:30 here, guys. I love you very much. I will be back here tomorrow at approximately 10 a.m. Eastern. If you go to my website, which is linked on my profile under plans and pricing, or actually, if you're not for the end of the month, I'll just add you. You just have to subscribe to the group. But, oh, sorry, Rob. I did not pull you a card. I did not. I'm so glad you found me too. Yes. All righty. What does Rob need to hear today, Spirit? All right. You're not making a decision that you need to be making, and that is blocking everything. It's blocking everything. There's inspiration, there's ideas that are coming in, but you're not open to the inspiration. What are you doing for your spiritual practice, right? Are you making it a ritual? Are you connecting to it the way that, are you connecting to it? Yeah, I'm going to the Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Collective. So if you want to come and hang out with me more, you can come out and you can hang with me there. Like I said, I accidentally gave everybody that was signed up to my site entrance into the Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Collective. So if you've already signed up on my website, you're already in that group. So you get a free trial of it until the end of the month. But at the end of the month, I'm going, then if you want to stay within the group, you're going to have to sign up at that point, but you at least get to have a trial of it if you're interested in that. Good. But yeah, there's something, there's a decision that you need to make, and you're not making that decision. All right. What's the decision that you need to make? I feel like you don't know the right direction forward. Like you're not sure of where to go forward, I guess would be the. So count all of your blessings, even the small ones. Show gratitude and appreciation for all that you have in your life and all that has yet to come into it. Your best days are still ahead of you. Isn't that a wonderful thought? So how can you start to have that gratitude practice? Be grateful for what you do have. And, as much as it's, it's sad to say it, but there's a lot of people that have a lot less, right? Or, if you can at least be grateful for what you have. You think of it in this sense: if I was to give you all of these things and you weren't grateful for any of them, why would I give you anything else? Right? At some point, I'm going to stop giving. So it's the same concept of here, right? Like I'm here, generosity of spirit. And I'm like, you can come in, everybody can get a card or whatever. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the understanding that there are people that can't afford it. But I do get frustrated at a certain point because I know that sometimes people take advantage of that. If they can get it for free, they'll just take it for free and keep taking and taking and taking. So you have to put those boundaries in and those limits in, right? So I'm just heading off right now. You can come back tomorrow, Regina, and hopefully I can get you some cards then. Tomorrow is we dub it Tarot Tuesdays, or it's Tarot and Tea Tuesday, and sometimes the tea can be quite hot. But you can join us on Tuesday and see if I am doing small readings or big readings. I start about 10 a.m. Eastern, and then I'm on until about 12:30 a.m. Eastern. The website's Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self.com. All one word. So when you're following me, it's mind.body.spirit.healthy. It's those words, but there's no dots. Mind, body, spirit, healthy, and then self on the end of it.com. Okay, but it is linked in my profile. I love you guys. So for those of you that are a part of the Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Collective, I'll see you there right now. And for those that aren't, I will see you back here tomorrow. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. Bye, guys. Mind, body, spirit, healthy, self.com. Hi, Richard. Yeah, I'll send you the Zoom link again. But remember, at some point, if we get, you're welcome. You're welcome. I love you guys. Mwah. I'll see you guys there. I'll send you the link, and I'll see you right in the Zoom. See you tomorrow, Richard. Mwah. Love you, friend. Bye, guys. Yes. See, Debbie wants a link now. Rob wants a link, and this is why I can't handhold people. Like at some point, if I have hundreds and hundreds of people in the Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy group, I can't be sending everybody links every day, right? So I want to teach you how to do it yourself so that I don't have to keep doing it for you. But I will send you 2 messages, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see everybody there. Mwah. Bye. You're not good. Don't be sour. Sour attitude. Love you guys. I'm not going to, okay, fine, then I won't join then. And it's like, no, but I don't have to babysit everybody and send out links to everybody. The link is pinned at the top of the group. So if you go to the group, you take the first link and you're good. But for many of us, we've done the whole saving our pins in certain places so that we can access it really easily. But anyway, love you guys. See you in the collective.